This is Gerardo Del Real live from the 2025 New Orleans Investment Conference. Joining me today is a friend and a mentor and one of the most successful contrarian investors in the natural resource space, none other than Mr. Jeff Phillips. It's a heck of an intro, Jeff. How are you doing?
Wow, that's pretty good. I don't know. I hope I live up to that, Gerardo. Thank you for having me.
Well, listen, you and I met here in 2009, and who would have thought 16 years later that gold would be at $4,000, silver would be at 48, and copper would be making new record highs. Is this the top? Is this the bubble? Or do you think this is actually a sustainable bull market? I haven't seen you as optimistic as I've seen you here.
Well, I think it's a sustainable bull market, absolutely. But, people get so panicked. I've had so many people at the conference ask me, is this just a correction or is it the end? Gold's barely come down. Gold's over $4,000 an ounce right now. If gold came back to $3,500, it could still be in a bull market. It's healthy to have pullbacks. So yes, I think we're in a major bull market. I can believe that gold's at 4,000 because gold's always going to go higher because governments around the world continue to print money. That's very different, owning gold and buying junior resource stocks though. But obviously when gold and other commodities are doing well, the resource market does better. Yeah. But at this point, we haven't really seen the exploration and development companies really catch fire yet. And that the bull market doesn't end until that happens. It's like a whip. In the beginning, the big companies, the producers start to move up, and this whip's coming around. When you get to towards the end of the bull market, these things take off. So we're not there yet.
So you see lots of runway then? You see?
I do, but I could see a rain delay. Okay. Baseball parlance. I know you like the Chicago Cubs.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
A rain delay delivered our World Series in 2016.
Yeah.
So I don't mind those.
So yeah, I think there's going to be some financial reckonings in the overall markets and stuff. But overall, I think the hard asset, copper, gold, uranium, I think you're in a new environment in the sense that governments around the world are realizing they need to secure some of these minerals in light of the fact that certain countries, I won't name different countries, China, Russia, control some of these minerals, and you just can't have that. So you're seeing the governments get more involved now. So and gold's sort of different than that, but I'm talking about your base metals and some of your rare earths and some of the strategic metals like antimony, gallium. These things are important.
You consult for many companies, but you also happen to be one of the largest shareholders of several companies that are here.
Yeah, I think I have 6 or 7 companies that, I typically have 12, in a really good market. I have a few more than that I have large positions in, and I usually spread them between different commodities. And again, I'm looking for big winners, bull markets are great, but I've done really well the last, I've been in the business for 30 years. There's years that aren't so hot on paper. But, overall, if you know what you're doing and you look at the most important things, people, have they done it before? What type of people? Do they have a track record? What's the share structure? Are the investors short-term investors? Or are they long-term investors? It goes for both the people that finance these companies and the management team. So I look for companies that have strong insider ownership, have outside investors that also have reporting or they're longer-term players. So you'll notice, over the last 4 or 5 years, I know you were involved in it with me, Patriot Battery Metals, again, the stock, went from 16 cents to $16 at its high, or maybe a little bit higher. Mm-hmm. I was lucky enough to be involved with John Black at Aldebaran and Regulus. Both companies, one I crossed stock in 5 years ago, the other one I financed, Aldebaran, at a $30 million market cap. Today it's got a $400 million market cap. That's because they had a great share structure, and they had someone like John Black and Kevin Heather who have built and sold a company before. Bravo Mining, another great company. These weren't bull markets. Yeah. Financed the company at 50 cents, 4 years ago, I guess. The stock's been as high as 5. It's around 3. It's a very real asset. Chairman of the board owns 50% of the company. Right. Other large shareholders aren't reporting, like BlackRock, the major hedge fund, owns 9.9%. They're not in this to flip stock like your typical junior. They're in there to see a billions of dollar asset get developed. That's what you look for. It's great that we're in a bull market, but I'm still looking for the same thing, people and share structure.
Any companies here that you like?
Yeah, well, I've got, again, I'm speaking because I consult for these companies, and I'm also a large shareholder. So just standing here, we've got Kingsman's booth behind us. Really great person running it. Family and him own about 30% of the company. Yep. Past producing brownfields asset in Mexico. First drill hole looks really good. We're trying to show that this mine extended under the water table. We're going to get a bunch more drill holes. We're going to hopefully raise some more money. We've got a rig ready to go, and we're going to keep rolling away with this. It's a good company, but like I said, You want to have a basket of these companies because if I ranked them 1 through 12, probably the company I ranked 10th, 11th, or 12th would be the one that went up 5,000% because there is luck involved. Other companies here, Headwater Gold, another company, Prospect Generator, joint venture with some of the biggest people in the business, Newmont, Oceana Gold. You want me to keep going?
Absolutely.
Oceana Gold.
Give the fine people at home their money's worth.
Centerra owns 9.9% producing company. Great company, looking to make a discovery, drilling on multiple properties. Management's only going to benefit if they make a discovery. Concora Copper, who's next door to them. That's the company Rick Roll and I both were the lead orders in those two companies, Concora and Headwater. Concora, same thing, 42 million shares outstanding, 30% owned by the board and management. Another 25% owned by myself, you, Rick, other people, Brian London here. We locked our stock up for a year because we want to see the company develop. Lots of drilling next year on multiple projects with big partners. So yeah, Empress Royalty down here at the end. Empress is a royalty company that Alexandra Woodyer-Sharon started. She's been in that royalty business with some of the major players in it for the last 25 years. It's hard to believe because it looks like, she's, when she was born, but she has been in the business a long time. Super smart woman, super smart person, smart as anybody in this business. And she's built a royalty company from scratch that's now cash flow positive with 4 producing assets. I'm betting on her. I bet on people. Who else in here? Almadex Minerals, which is Morgan Poliquin, who's made 2 discoveries in the past 15 years, multi-million ounce discoveries in preceding companies, and spun other companies out. I've done well with Morgan and his father before that. So Almadex, great company, 60 million shares out, 21 million in the bank, owns 6 drill rigs, has 14 new properties, or this new thesis of Morgan's, who's again has made multi-million ounce discoveries in the western United States, going for big copper gold porphyries. Plus he has 15 royalties around the world from past 30 years in the business, and the company just stacks up. It's a great company.
Exciting times. I thank you for your time as always. It's always appreciated, Jeff. It's going to be a fun 2025, the rest of it. Yeah.
Get a basket and realize that it's only a small piece of your pie. Your financial pie is much bigger. You want that small piece of the pie if you are in the resource sector. And remember, I own some of these stocks, so I consult for them, so I'm not giving investment advice. But you really want a small piece of your pie in this sector. If you want to own gold or uranium, buy some of the bigger companies. Buy the physical gold asset. Make sure you have that first. But yeah, I think this is a hard asset boom that's going to continue for a while.
Good stuff, Jeff. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.